Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. It is Monday morning, and what a show we had for you. The UAE has new abortion laws, and they have an end to coal colours in sight also. We'd love your thoughts on this one. If you live with your parents and you earn a salary, should you be paying rent?
Should you be paying rent or not? And so if you are not subscribed to the Lovin Dubai show podcast, subscribe wherever you get your podcast from. And as I always tell you, enjoy the show.
Good morning, Dubai. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story for you today: UAE now allows abortion under certain conditions.
As well, UAE to set up 6,000 rest stations for delivery riders during summer.
This is the news you wanted to wake up to. 150,000 dirham new fine for coal colours.
As well, Nora Fatehi just dropped her new single, Nora.
And we can't wait to hear it. It is 246 days since the genocide began on October 7th in Gaza. The current death toll stands at 36,801. The number of injured people is 83,474, and 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
Today's weather, the temperature is rising. Highs of 41 degrees expected in Dubai today. The highest temperature recorded over the country yesterday was 48.1 degrees in Al Dhafra region. That took place at 45 UAE local time, which has been really hot.
It has been really hot. 8:31 on this Monday morning. Question that we put to our audience this morning, and it's already getting a big response and definitely some debate in our studio. So, you live with your parents, you earn a salary. Should you be paying them rent?
I think it depends.
Do you?
No.
No. Fair enough.
No. But because, look, if they need, I will. You know? And I've been bribing them. Like, hey, let's move to somewhere else with like a bigger space and I'll be helping with rent.
Got you. Yeah.
Thanks, Smart.
Ricardo, that's smart. I agree. I think it totally depends on your parents' financial situation, and if they needed it, you would. However, we seem to be in the minority because we put this on our WhatsApp. By the way, Lovin Dubai has WhatsApp channel. We put it on our WhatsApp this morning, and already the response is hugely overwhelming in vote of paying your parents. 77 people out of 100 said yes, it's important to help your parents. Masa, Ali, Natasha, I think you guys all live with your parents. Do you pay rent? Okay, so that was one of the options, like don't pay but help in other aspects. So how do you help then? Well, errands and groceries are different, because groceries is you're paying money, errands is ambiguous and vague. Masa. Okay, but do you contribute financially in other ways? You help financially? Yeah, okay. So you pay financially in other ways, but you're not contributing to the big rent amount. I wonder if that's common, if that's the standard?
I mean, I don't know, but like I know for sure that different people do help in different ways. You know what I mean? Depending on the on like what the family needs and what they want, and it depends on their situation as well. So if the family is stable financially and they have the money, then I don't think they would want like their children to help in any way. However, sometimes I think, like for example, like the same I do for my mom. Like if she needs something, I do get her something. I take her out for like, I take them out actually occasionally, like to dinners and lunches, and we go out and it's like, oh yeah guys, dinner's on me, lunch is on me, you know. And my sister does the same thing, you know, for like a lot of things.
That's really nice. You know, right before we started the show, we just had a chat in the office about, you know, whether you're paying for rent or not, and we just acknowledged that of the 5 of us who were in the studio at the time, 4 live with their parents, and I was the only one that doesn't. There is a decade in age between us, but whatever. but I moved out. I haven't lived at home since I was 11 because I went to boarding school, university, and I never. And we spoke about the difference in like East versus West of you immediately move out generally in the West versus in the East. You tend to stay in the pros and cons, and I get it. Like, I get the pros of, and how nice that situation that you just kind of described of like you're paying for your parents and then you live with them and it's nice.
It is nice. The thing is, honestly, for like, I think I can speak on every Middle Eastern, is that moving out is not very likable. Like, I have moved out. I lived alone on my own. But when I moved out and lived on my own, I was like, oh no, I want to live with my family. I want to live with my parents. I want my mom to cook my food. I want to have like, you know, like proper, and I got so skinny because I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know anything at all.
Interesting. I think I've got like a tinted rose picture from how you describe it. I'm like, I'd love to live with my family, but Mom, like, could you live with me? Could you? Could I live with? I don't think so. I don't think it's been too long.
No.
It's been too long. Got you. Yeah. True. So back to the payment, it's financial, it's circumstantial.
But we didn't ask you, what do you think?
I totally, before the show we chatted, and I think it's totally circumstantial as well.
Yeah.
That if you happen to grow up in a family and they don't need the money and then you start earning a salary, you probably wouldn't pay rent.
Yeah.
But then in the chance that they do need salary, you 100% would.
Of course.
And I think that's the difference. I
agree as well. By the way, I calculated it in a funny way, because like I was telling my dad, I'm like, Baba, I want to move out. And my dad has this very funny way of like convincing me, because he knows I'm gonna, if he tells me no, I'm gonna do like something that's completely opposite. Like, you know, I need a logical reasoning of like why I should not do the thing that I want to do.
Good to know.
And then he's like, Farah, you know what? Calculate it financially. How much will it cost you? And I was like, you know what? I will be able to do it. And I went on like property finder by you.com looking for like, I don't know. And then I was like, oh,
you're just like, okay.
Never mind. I'm staying with you guys.
I love you, family. I love you so much.
I'm staying with you guys. And this honestly is like working out for me.
Sunday lunch is on me.
Yes.
It's 8:38. Let's jump into our top stories of the morning.
So the UAE now allows abortion under certain conditions. In recent news, the UAE announced that abortion is permissible with specific conditions, as the Ministry of Health and Prevention, MOHAP, defines permissible abortion cases in the UAE to safeguard pregnant women's lives, ensure safety, and regulate healthcare facilities.
The decision on abortion requests shall be made by a dedicated committee of 3 doctors. For example, your gynecologist, a psychiatry specialist, and a representative of the public prosecution.
Conducting an abortion procedure is permissible if continuing the pregnancy endangers the pregnant woman's life in the absence of any alternative way to save her life. Number 2, if the fetus's deformation is severe, proven, of course, and will affect the newborn's health and life. Severe other cases of permissible abortion have been defined, provided that the gestational period at the time of the abortion procedure does not exceed 120 days.
The abortion procedure should be one performed only in a healthcare facility licensed by the competent health authority. It should also be performed by a specialist gynecologist licensed to practice within the country, and the procedure should be free of any medical complications which may put the pregnant woman's life at risk. Also, healthcare facilities in the UAE have been obligated to maintain the privacy and confidentiality of the personal data of the pregnant woman.
Well, we wish all women and future babies happiness and health forever.
Yeah, of course. I think that the main thing is the welfare of mother being really put first, and the comments here are kind of the same across the board that, well done the UAE. This is a progressive move that should be maintained across all countries. We jump into our next story, which is another talk topic over the weekend. 150,000 dirham new fine for cold callers. So it's Monday morning, and of course we're here to serve you some good news, thankfully. The UAE is cracking down on telemarketers with regulations and fines reaching up to 150,000 dirham if you don't like who's calling you.
Then stop. Just stop calling. So the Ministry of Economy and the TDRA announced new resolutions to regulate telemarketing in the UAE, effective from mid-August 2024. From this date, marketing companies will first have to obtain approval from the Component Authority, and then they can only make calls using phone numbers registered under the names of licensed company, not individuals' names.
So some big changes here. Telemarketing calls will only be prohibited, will be prohibited, outside of the period from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Recalling the same person on the same day, or if they have already rejected the service, declined, or ended the call, is also prohibited. And as a consumer, you can file a complaint with the competent authority in case of violation.
Now, finally, there is a do not call register. The do not call registry allows you to stop or reduce the amount of unwanted telemarketing calls you receive. Telemarketers are required by law to stop contacting you once you're on the register, unless you have provided them your consent. Which, by the way, I put this picture specifically because that's how angry I get when they call. They're kind of like, it's like, stop calling me.
Yeah, same. This do not call register is there for a while, so you get angry, but it's not their fault.
I know, but then it's like I get angry because of the company as well. Like, I did not consent for this. I did not put my number. How do you get my number? It's like I swear sometimes I go like I want to ask them like, how do you get my number?
When you go to a store and they say, hey, do you want to sign up for this? We just need your number. Do you give it?
No.
I do.
Oh.
Oh, I feel because the person is just doing their job, and I'm like, take it, because it's so, when you say no, you just see their face. They go, and
guys,
like,
Katie is just like so nice.
I try to say no, and when I go up, I'm like, this is going to be the time. I do not give them my number. Give me your number, absolutely. Would you like my mom's as well? and then you know that they're going to go, and that number goes into this big hive of numbers, and then it gets sold to the next person, the next person, the next person, and therefore I get about 5 calls a day. It's my fault.
Oh my God.
So it's my fault, but it's not the person calling me. So I try my very best to be polite, but it's also because I've worked a cold calling job.
I mean, look,
that I have a lot of empathy towards them.
Maybe, but as well, look, that when they call the first time, I say no. And when they call the second time, I get angry. Like, I told you, no, why are you calling me back?
Do they call you back?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you're rude.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
Sorry, Ali. You give a fake number.
That's smart.
I never give a fake number. Why don't I give a fake number? Genius.
That's smart.
But if I give a fake number, for example, if I go to a store I like.
Yeah.
Lime. I went to a store this weekend. I thought it was lovely. And if she asked me for my number, I'd be like, but what if she's going to send me a promotion that would mean I'd get it top half price? And I would then miss that promotion if I gave the fake number. So I have to give my real number. No, and then what if she called you on the spot? You just couldn't. You could never give a fake number. I know.
Can I say something? I might be evil for this, but when I would fight with my sister, I would give out her number.
Ooh, that is evil. Genius. When you're having a fight with someone, I'm going to put your name on all the telemarketer scams.
Literally, I put her email as well, like, so for so, like...
Her email?
For a lot. And then she'd be like, Farah, oh my God, they're driving me crazy. I'd be like, I wonder why.
Clever. Well, thankfully, we won't be sitting here in 6 months having this conversation because the UAE is stamping out on it. Great news for this Monday morning. More great news, the UAE is taking bigger steps.
which is honestly very exciting. UAE is to set up 6,000 rest stations for delivery riders during summer. The UAE is setting up, as I said, 6,000 rest stations to help delivery riders during summer, and these rest stations will offer workers cooling devices, cold water, hydration supplies like salts, and as well including first aid equipment.
This is amazing. Riders can use these especially during midday breaks. That's between 12:30 and 3 p.m. This starts on June 15th and it will continue on September 15th, 2024. And workers will receive a map so they can easily find and access these stations. I think it's so important that this is happening. It's so hot out there. And I think it's just a given that it's really hot. And it's a given that we're going to be inside AC for the next 3 months. But it's also a given that have you reduced the number of times you're getting takeout this summer? You don't. Neither do I. But I'm thinking about it now as I ask the question. But because we don't, it's a given that there's thousands of workers outside every single day. And what is the government doing and what are we doing to make their lives a little bit more manageable? On a government level, this is the answer.
That is true. And as well, you know what, on our level, like as a consumer, we get angry at them for, I don't know, having our delivery come late because we're hungry or hangry, as I'd like to say. Hungry plus angry equals angry. Which is like normal, fine, you know, but you can be nice and not be angry and maybe just like understand that they are out in the heat that we couldn't tolerate for 5 minutes.
Exactly.
But they're out there tolerating it for like
day.
All day, you know what I mean? Delivering like one delivery to another, and they're just like sweating hot, and it's like with on the road, on their motorbike and so on. And as well, some people do have like some cute initiatives, like I don't know, how give them water, give them a snack, banana, I don't know, apple, anything. That would be really kind of you.
So true. And we look at the tips that riders are getting and we discuss it regularly, and people don't want to have a tipping culture here like they have in the States. That's been the reaction from people on comments. So if you don't want to tip because you're paying for the service, you're getting takeaway so many times a day, this is the season that we put water outside our door. This is the season that we say thank you with a smile, even if we're angry, because we have empathy for the person delivering to us. And the reason I say it is because it's a reminder, not because I sit here and I'm like an angel. I'm certainly not. But I do find that when you have these conversations and when you share with us your stories of the water bottles outside the home, that was one person's idea. True. That was one person who said, I'm just going to do this small thing. And because they happen to tag Lovin Dubai, and because we happen to share it, people always say, oh, why are you like sharing your charity? It sends the message and it gets the story out there, and it reminds me to do it. It reminds, and hopefully it will remind having this conversation will remind one more person, change someone's day a little bit.
100%. By the way, Casey, it's not only about that. It's about like, even if you don't have anything to give, if you're nice to them, it's just gonna make them not feel like, oh my god, I hate my job. You know what I mean? Because so like they are out in the heat, as we mentioned, and they're going back and forth, and there isn't much appreciation for them. And there is like people, not everyone tips. Not everyone, just as you said, not someone. There are many people that do live on takeouts, you know what I mean? Whether it's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it can get maybe like daunting and like financially, I would say maybe. However, like if you would be like, thank you. Yeah,
you're so right. Be a human.
This is a banana for you.
Yeah, be human.
Yeah.
So true. 8:48, let's jump into our next story. Okay, so Nora Fatehi has just dropped her new single, Nora. You've probably heard it by now because she dropped it last week. She's the global sensation, and her highly anticipated new single, Nora, is out now. This track is a celebration of diversity and cultural fusion. With her Moroccan, Canadian, and Indian roots, this is actually a very cool blend of Moroccan rhythms and contemporary beats. The lyrics mix English and Darija, weaving a narrative that bridges cultures and unites listeners.
Now, people are saying Nora is more than a song. It's a celebration of cultural heritage and the universal language of music. It's about embracing one's background, a story she knows much about. A little bit of background, you guys. Nora Fatehi was born in Toronto, Canada, to a family of Moroccan heritage. She first made her name as a Bollywood actress, showing her versatility by appearing in Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, and Malayalam films, and she's now based in India.
So she has 46 million followers, and this will add another string to her bow, no doubt.
Of course, Nora describes Nora as a reflection of her identity and hopes it inspires everyone to embrace their unique backgrounds. The song's high-energy video showcases Morocco's vibrant colors and stunning choreography, of course, celebrating diversity and cultural unity.
So have you heard it? So but she is a big name on the scene. She's obviously got Bollywood in her background, but we mentioned 47 million followers on Instagram. So on Twitter, she's got 60K, 470,000 listeners on Spotify, 4.5 million on TikTok, and another 4 million on YouTube. She's a big deal. So this song, people are super excited for.
I mean, honestly, I respect so much musicians and artists who do not just like do the music for the sake of making music. You know, that's something that has a background. Culture is as well infused in it, and a lot of things, because it gives it color, it gives it a story. I like storytelling through music. Why not?
So true, and I think people really appreciate a diversity being put on a global platform, and that's basically what she is at this point.
100% agreed.
So if you'd like to take a listen to Nora, you'll find it on YouTube on the Watch channel, and also you'll find like little snippets on her Instagram as well. It's going to be a tune of the summer, so do take a listen. It's 8:51. By the way, I'm one of those people who's reducing traffic for the next 5 days because a lot of people have already taken their breaks. A lot of people have already left for the summer, and I'm going to go for a little break next Tuesday, so tomorrow, and I'll be back the following week, so Eid week. But Farah will be with you with Farah, so I'll miss you.
I'm going to be taking care of you guys, but I'm going to be missing Casey actually.
She won't.
I will. I really do.
Well, I'll miss the show. So, guys, have a fabulous week. I'll see you when I'm back, and thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
We'll see you tomorrow. I won't. Bye-bye.